Hey, hey. Yeah, but they're not gonna arrest you. And they had the guy come and talk to them and promise they'd pay you to fix the window. On Facebook, I sent it to you. And they didn't give us the option to go to the county attorney's office. They didn't do anything, and I'm really mad. And it was Officer Baker. And I'm really mad about it. Not last week, actually. No, he didn't.
Back station sound.
That's what I'm saying. But not only did he not do anything, he didn't give him the option. And took something to work at the glass window. He steps over the window pane and gets inside, and then he's outside beating up the guy the witness that saw it all. And I'm really mad.
Yeah, they tried to talk about it. Do what now?
I was just telling her what I thought you about all this.
Yeah. Well, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Bullitt County Fiscal Court. Today is January 6th. It's 9:31, and it's the first meeting of 2026. And at this time, Keith, if you would lead us in an invocation and a pledge, please, sir.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to come together and to do the work of the county. Lord, bless us into this new year. Bless this court. Bless every member. Bless each one in this community. Be with us as we go forward. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Keith. Thank you. At this time, Sam, if you would call the roll to bring the court to order, please.
Yes, sir. Vera Sanders. Present. Sean Logston.
Yes.
Karen Johnson. Here. Brian Blemo.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
All present.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes from the December 16th, 2025 Bullitt County Fiscal Court meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes for December 16th, 2025.
Second.
I got a motion by 1st District Magistrate Sanders, a second by 4th District Magistrate Blemo to approve the minutes as presented of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court, December 16th of 2025. Sam, call the roll, please.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Blemo.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Treasurer's transfer report, Ken Ann.
I make a motion that we approve the treasurer's transfer report.
Oh, second.
I got a motion by 2nd District Magistrate Logston, a second by 3rd District Magistrate Johnson to approve the treasurer's transfer report as presented. Sam, call the roll.
Johnson.
Yes.
Blemo.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Presentation of all and approval of all bills.
I'll make a motion to accept the presentation and approval of all bills.
Second.
Got a motion by 1st District Magistrate Sanders, a second by 4th District Magistrate Blemo to approve the bills as presented. Sam, call the roll.
Blemo.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. At this time, we have a list of guest speakers here. I'll just start with them before we start our zoning cases. Most all of them are for Stout Farms. And then there's one on here I can't hardly read. Rezoning the RPH properties. Okay, so we'll start with these, and then that way we'll come back again for comment. Dan Brewer, Deerwood. Go ahead. Yes, come up and speak.
You,
Do you want to allow them to speak before we do the readings?
they're all here to talk about it?
Yeah, they're all here to talk about it, and for full disclosure, Stout Farms has asked for a removal of their,
Zoning request.
request for the Planning and Zoning Board, and I have to do that. So if y'all want to take a deep breath, and we'll do that first, and then if you want to speak, we'll be happy to do it. Fair enough? So I'm going to put that in the form of a motion. Stout Farms wants to remove their zoning request.
Second.
I got a second by Second District Magistrate Blogston. Sam, call the roll, please.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
No,
Logston?
Before I vote, do we want to have a discussion on this before we vote or read
I
is
think
that-
You've already started voting.
we
Yeah.
can, well, we can stop that.
No.
No.
Don't we
You've
want,
already started voting.
we don't want to talk about it before we vote?
No, we can't.
You've already started voting, so.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I vote yes, I second that motion.
Johnson?
no.
Flemel?
No.
Motion denied.
Okay. Okay, so first reading and public hearing of zoning ordinance 26-01, RDH Properties, Indian Oaks, Inc.
Planning document 2025 Z55, RDH Properties, Indian Oaks Incorporated, seeking to rezone from R1 to R3, located on Highway 44E, parcel numbers 045-E00, 02-010, 045-E00-02-008, 045-E00-02-009, and 045-000-00-040, located in an unincorporated area of the county. Total sizes .344, .344, and 43.73 acres more or less. Total acreage being rezoned is 14.279. Purpose is for a 48-unit residential complex. Comprehensive plan calls for mixed use. The Bullitt County Planning Commission, pursuant to provisions of KRS 100.211, held a public hearing concerning the application on December 11th, 2025. Based upon the testimony of the applicants and the proponents, the Planning Commission finds a map amendment is in agreement with the community's comprehensive plan. The following restrictions were added. The development be limited to 48 units. The buildings be a maximum of 1-story tall, single-family dwellings, and 30 feet of additional right-of-way be dedicated to either Fiscal Court or City of Shepherdsville along Kentucky 44. Based upon the testimony received, the Planning Commission sends a favorable request and recommends the Bullitt County Fiscal Court approve the request.
Okay, Tammy?
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 26-01, an ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from R1 residential to R3 residential. The property in question is 14.279 acres, more or less, located at Highway 44 East, parcel numbers 045-E00-02-008, 045-E00-02-009, 045-E00-02-010, and 045-000-00-040 in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky. Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in docket number 2025Z-55, is hereby changed from R1 residential to R3 residential. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, Should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of January 2026, to be given second reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of January 2026.
Thank you, Tammy. Anyone here to speak for zoning ordinance 26-01 RDH Properties of Indian Oaks? Counselor? Go ahead.
Good morning. I'm here
Good
on
morning.
behalf of the applicants. This is a request to change the zoning for a patio home development similar to Cherry Hill, which is a little bit further up 44.
Right.
Public facility, the sewers available from the city of Shepherdsville, that agreement's already been reached. Property will be annexed into the city. This is directly across from St. Andrews Crossing, and the access controlled by the Kentucky Department of Transportation will come out across from St. Andrews Crossing. So it will be a T-type, a 4 intersection, not a gap in between them. So more likely than not, if there's enough accidents, the Department of Transportation may agree to put up a light. If there's not enough accidents, then they won't. We believe that based on the current comprehensive plan that was adopted in 2025, it meets the comprehensive plan in that this area is proposed for mixed-use development, which is commercial, residential, all in the same general area. If you look at the area involved, down the street, you have an apartment complex, you've got dollar store, you've got a health facility. Going the other way, you've got dog kennel, dog grooming, the extension service, Mr. Brumley's apartments, going on up 44. You've got some commercial development, used to be a gas station, which is now Bid-Right Asphalt Company, as well as the substation, and if the court recalls, also the paintball is going further up 44. We believe that it meets the comprehensive plan and should be approved.
Okay. Any questions, court?
So I have a question on the, we have the plat, or a copy of the plat, and it shows the whole 43 acres, but is it just the front 14 acres to be rezoned?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There are 3 lots that face 44 that are 34/100ths of an acre, too small for R1. Can't be used for R1 because the health department requires 74/100ths of an acre to have an on-site septic system. So those lots under current zoning are not usable. The other portion, the whole 43 acres runs from 44 all the way back to the river. The portion that's being discussed is the 14 acres, including those 1/3 of an acre lots along 44. There'd be one access, all the other traffic would be internal.
So the other 29 acres for right now
Stays R1.
Okay.
You may or may not be able to answer this, but Charlie might be able to help me. Under the current zoning restrictions, I think it was R1, what's the number of homes that could possibly be built in that area?
In the 14 acres?
Yeah, compared to what we're proposing.
With sewers, you're looking at lots being 150 feet at the building limit. 14 acres, you're probably looking maybe 30-something.
Just curious what the comparison would be versus no.
I would say about 30.
On sewers, it would be, on the 14 acres, it would be 430, because R1 allows for 14,000 square feet, I think.
Okay.
So how many?
So if 14 acres at 14,000 square feet, 43,560 per acre,
430
Without
houses.
taking out roads and anything else. So that's the big.
So I'm just trying to weigh the options.
You're
So-
right, I had no idea it was that many houses, but, yeah.
So
it's-
with R1 in place right now, potentially you could have that many homes compared to what you're asking for, 48, is that right?
I think that figure's wrong because 430 houses on 14 acres,
They're-
on the whole 43 acres will be 10 houses per acre. That'd be like a 50 by 50. I mean, it might be 40.
Yeah, I'm just
But I
wondering,
don't think
yeah,
it's
I
400.
know it can't be 400, but
Phone calculator.
it's, yeah.
That would be an R1 zoning. Yeah, sewers would be 4 houses per acre. On 14 acres, that would be 56 homes.
Okay, perfect. So
That's
I
what I
just
thought,
want to, I gotta weigh both options.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not the most desirable thing to think you're gonna put 48 patio homes, but sometimes people don't take into consideration what the zoning already is, and somebody could move forward with that. So as hard as it is for me, sometimes I drive 44 every day. I understand people's concerns. I'm stuck in that same traffic, but I gotta look at both sides of the issue when I look at a zoning, like, okay, if we don't approve this, what can they do? Well, they go build 40, 50 plus homes.
But what he's saying, that many homes, that's not including your roads being put in, correct?
Correct.
If you could put 4 homes on a,
So there wouldn't be that much.
right,
The roads and everything.
right.
You'd lose a little bit, but we're not talking about, if you got, how much did you say, 56, and then we're looking at 40, I don't know, I just gotta, it may not be, it may be apples to oranges, but I just wanna know
I think it is.
what could happen with that property if a change is not allowed to take place, and then I wanna look at what that change is gonna do adversely to the non-change, so that helps answer a little bit. It gives me kind of an idea that if the zoning don't go through, then you still have the ability to build 50 homes practically.
On the 14, but
Yeah,
the.
it can even be more if you
Right,
decide
the
to go
entire
beyond.
43 is zoned R1 currently.
Okay, thank you. And I'm not saying I'm for or against, but I just wanna know what the other alternative solutions are if we don't allow that.
Thank you. Anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 26-01 RDH Properties, Indian Oaks, Inc.?
Should be that one person that signed up, didn't they say RDA?
Sure, wherever they're at.
Did somebody sign up to talk about this?
Oh, that was Mark.
Okay. Well, how about this one here? Okay. Sorry, Mark. It's okay. Hearing or seeing none, we'll move on. First reading public hearing is zoning ordinance 26-02, Internet Mechanical Services, Inc.
I'll do better at my math next time.
Okay, thanks, Charlie.
Planning docket 2025 Z56, Intertech Mechanical Services Incorporated, seeking to rezone from R2 to Ag, located in Maple Branch Drive and New Chrisman Lane, parcel 052-000-00-014B, located in an unincorporated area of the county. Total size of the property is 25.277 acres. Acreage being rezoned is 5.79. Purpose is to join the newly created ag portion with existing ag. Comprehensive plan calls for medium-density residential. Pursuant to provisions of KRS 100.211, the Planning Commission held a public hearing on December 11th, 2025. Based upon the testimony of the applicants or proponents, the Bullitt County Planning Commission finds that the map amendment is not in agreement with the community's comprehensive plan, but it is reconstruction of a tract which has been ag zoning. Because of the testimony received at the public hearing, the Bullitt County Planning Commission recommends this requested zoning change be approved and sends a favorable recommendation to Bullitt County Fiscal Court.
Tammy?
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 26-02. An ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from R2 residential to agricultural. The property in question is 5.79 acres more or less, located at Maple Branch Drive and New Chrisman Lane, parcel number 052-000-00-014B in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, The information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the fiscal court, and whereas the fiscal court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the fiscal court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in docket number 2025Z-56, is hereby changed from R2 residential to agricultural. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force in effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of January 2026, to be given second reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of January 2026.
Thank you, Tammy. Anyone here to speak for zoning ordinance 26-02, Internet Mechanical Services, Inc.? Hearing or seeing none, anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 26-02, Intertech Mechanical Services, Inc.? Hearing or seeing none. First reading and public hearing is zoning ordinance 26-03, Stout Brothers Farm, Inc. Charlie?
Planning docket 2025Z57, Stout Brothers Farm Incorporated, rezoning from ag to conservation, located on Deerwood Drive, Etheridge Lane, parcel number 083-000-00-036A and 084-000-00019, unincorporated area of the county. Size of the properties are 58.2 and 96 acres, more or less. Purpose is to create single-family dwelling subdivision. Comprehensive plan calls for conservation, agricultural, rural, residential. Pursuant to provisions of KRS 100.211, Planning Commission held a public hearing on December 11th, 2025. Based upon the testimony of the applicants and or proponents, the Planning Commission finds a map amendment is in agreement with the community's comprehensive plan. However, we are uncertain if the existing county road can handle the weight of the traffic. Because of the testimony received at the public hearing, as summarized herein, the Bullitt County Planning Commission recommends this zoning change be denied and sends an unfavorable recommendation to Bullitt County Fiscal Court.
Tammy?
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 26-03, an ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from agricultural to conservation. The property in question is 58.2 and 96 acres for a total of 154.2 acres, more or less, located at Deerwood Drive and Etheridge Lane. Parcel numbers 083-000-000-036A and 084-000-00-019 in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court disagrees with the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change and rejects and overrides the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in docket number 2025Z-57, is hereby changed from agricultural to conservation. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of January 2026, to be given second reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of January 2026.
Thank you, Tammy. And for, let's put it this way, for the way that this should read, if they're here to speak for the ordinance because it's been declined, then they need to speak first. The people who are against it,
The ordinance is drafted to approve, because you don't need an ordinance if you're not gonna rezone. You don't need an ordinance for that. So the ordinance is always gonna read that you're approving the zoning. So if you're speaking in favor, then you're speaking in favor of the ordinance, which is in favor of the zone change. So your
No.
applicant should come first.
The applicant comes first?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone here to speak for zoning ordinance 26-03? Hearing or seeing none. Anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 26-03? Yeah, come on up. Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question real quick before we get started? Just so I can clarify some things for my own moving forward. So there was a vote earlier that restricted, did not allow him to withdraw his ordinance request. So this point now, since it passed to not allow him to withdraw his request, so at this point moving forward, I guess my question would be, before we go into conversation, if I'm in Mr. Stout's shoes and I wanted to withdraw my motion, could we, does he still, I don't know, I'm kind of rambling here, but do you, can I ask you a question? Do you still, since the court here voted to not allow you to withdraw, do you still have an intention, because we're going through all these motions, would your intention still be to follow what you've presented then? Does that make sense? Because we're getting ready to go through all this, it seems kind of backwards to me, but neither here nor there.
Well, our intention was to withdraw, Mr. Austin, but it's still the position we take today.
Okay, because I guess that weighs into how I might consider my vote moving forward, to know whether you even want to do what you've presented here. Since the court has voted to not allow you to withdraw, then I want to put myself in your situation and say, well, if this votes yes or no, are you going to plan to move forward with your plans here? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you have to operate like he will. If you all vote to rezone it, then he can start development.
Right,
So
right.
You have to proceed like, yes, if he's approved, he will develop it.
Okay.
Because I know that's your question, do you still intend to develop it?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
approve
yeah.
it? I mean,
So
I mean, because
you have to assume
it's
yes,
it's
he
a
will
weird,
develop
it's a
it.
weird situation.
Yeah.
You wanted to withdraw it. I personally, I voted to allow you to withdraw it because I feel like if anybody changed their mind at any time, anybody ought to be able to withdraw your, so I think it's absurd to not allow anybody to withdraw their intention, regardless of what you might do in the future. So I'm a little disappointed that we don't allow anybody. I've never voted against anybody since I've been here to not allow them to withdraw their plan, to go back to the drawing board and come back. So that's why I'm a little confused. We've not allowed him to withdraw it, so I just want to know moving forward before we go through all these hoops, and does he have an intention now that he can't withdraw it? Does he even, does that make sense?
You have to proceed like, yes, he will develop it. And from this point forward, it's a normal case like any other.
So you're saying that going forward, we're looking at that he is going to proceed with the development that,
Well, if you approve it, he'll be able to, so
Right.
yes.
Okay.
Or he'll sell it and somebody else will. Yeah.
Okay.
But it will be ready for development.
okay,
Whether he's the owner or anybody else.
Exactly.
ever who's.
But at this point forward, we assume that you want to go ahead and do it since the withdrawal was not allowed.
And he's chosen not to address the court this morning, so.
Okay. Any comment? I just want to see kind of what you're thinking now the withdrawal was denied. Do you plan to?
You want to approach him like, Judge?
Sure.
Is that fair for me to ask, sir?
You all can ask whatever questions you want to
Okay,
ask.
yeah, I want to know what your intentions are now
The one
that,
thing I will say though.
I was going to allow you to withdraw to see if you went back and found something that's feasible, but of course, we didn't vote that way.
The one thing I would say though, Mr. Stout was represented by counsel at the planning commission. His counsel's not here this morning, and maybe that's why he chose not to speak. I don't know. But he was represented by counsel previously.
You don't have to speak if you don't want to, but I just want to
No,
know.
I'm good, I just.
Because I'm weighing whether I'm for or against, because I'm not totally sold one way or the other, and I'd like to know what your personal feelings are.
We made the request to withdraw so we could reevaluate the situation and look at things. Quite obvious, and my experience would tell me that because we have members of the court who chose not to allow me to withdraw, they're not going to overturn the planning commission's recommendation. So why would I make another presentation for the case when it's pretty obvious to me they're going to vote against each other? They're going to vote in favor of the planning commission.
Okay.
As they did before.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Sir?
Okay. My name's Dan Brewer. I'm at 647 Deerwood Drive. I kind of believe the withdrawal is to change Mr. Stout's strategy because he's getting voted down to go about this a different way. And our concern is we had a judgment call that from you all to not use our road as a construction entrance. I'm not talking about utility trucks or pickup trucks, but construction entrance. He was supposed to do his entrance off of Bardstown Road, which he kind of opened that up and did a little bit last spring, a little bit through the summer. But from that time on, we've been having big equipment, dump truckloads of gravel, big equipment going back our road. I know he logged it. I'm not saying, you know, he can't do with what he wants with it's his property, and I'm not saying he can't develop it, but he's just not supposed to be using our road. And them log trucks, you know, they got a big old gravel parking lot back there now. And I follow these guys back down there that bring this big equipment in. And I'm like, you're not supposed to be using this as a construction entrance. And they all are like, well, Mark Stouts told me I could. Mark Stout says it's okay. Well, we got an 18-ton limit on our road. And we've got big bulldozers, big excavators. Before Christmas, they was bringing in a trailer. He couldn't get, I'm the third house from Bardstown Road. He couldn't get, he got down about my house, had to back up. He was so big. I stopped the guy just to talk to him the other day about, because I thought he was tree trimming or whatever. He's with a paving road. And I was telling him, this is not supposed to be used. And of course, well, Stouts told me it was okay. But I got some big low boys that's going to be bringing stuff back here. So our concern is our road is not equipped for this. And it's just not good. So, I mean, I don't understand where we got a judgment call. He don't honor that and respect us for that or respect you all for that. So I'm just here to tell you my feelings on it, the way I feel, and it's we don't want our property or our road damaged. But thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Brewer. Thank you. Michael Blackburn?
My name's Mike Blackburn. I live at 791 Deerwood Drive. And I've been in front of you guys several times, planning and zoning as well, because we've basically been talking about the same thing. I mean, we've been hashing this out. So in the last time I met with this committee, you guys decided that having driven out and looked at our road, that it was not conducive for this kind of traffic. So you all asked Mr. Stout to develop his construction interests and go on about his business. And we're fine with that. However, it was just right after you all told him to do that. Those pieces of equipment started coming down our street. 2 of them exceeded 80,000 pounds. Both of those pieces of equipment had to stop traffic on our road for 20, 30 minutes because they couldn't turn the equipment around. They had to back in or back out. That was 4 times. We've got equipment coming in at night as well, I guess, so that we won't see it. But, you know, we're all pretty much diligent in trying to find out what we've got going on. So the residents of Deerwood are looking to this committee to ask, how are we going to stop this? I mean, planning and zoning, he just left that meeting. Planning and zoning said the same thing. Their response was, on their notes, I might not have that one right in front of me, that it's due to infrastructure and the fact that he was asked to build his own construction road. He hasn't done that. You guys did the same thing. You asked him to build that road, and he's decided not to do it. Now, on record, Mr. Stout and his attorney came to you guys and said, that Deerwood and Vaughn and Rummage would never be touched. That's the first thing they told you. Never touch it. They had their own entrance. And then right behind that, they just started using our road. They came in front of you guys, and you guys said, you can't do that. So let me move on here. So really what I'd like to point out is that the people of Deerwood moved to that subdivision because it was a dead end, it's a quiet neighborhood. When Mr. Stout decided he was going to develop the properties around us and behind us, none of the residents really had a problem with that. But it looks like, according to Mr. Stout in the last planning and zoning meeting, he has no intent on finishing that other road to make these properties connect. That's what he told the planning and zoning committee, which is exactly the opposite he's been telling everybody else. So when this is all said and done, the way that I kind of see this is the section of property that he is developing that is right off Bardstown Road that is supposed to connect to the other pieces of property and be the construction road and the entrance into that subdivision. He's not going to build that. So what's going to happen is our road will be the entrance to his new subdivisions, and the one subdivision area that is off Bardstown Road that he says he can't finish the connection to the rest of his roads, that will become the new Deerwood Farms. And I say that because that will become the new subdivision that's a dead end, nice and quiet, and won't be developed anymore. It's taken from us. It's taken from us and given to somebody else. I don't see how anybody can see that that's a real good situation for the people of Bullitt County. So we're asking this body to figure out what needs to happen in order to get Mark Stout to open his construction road and continue his development. I'm sure he'd like to develop that property. I'm sure that Bullitt County would really like to have the tax base that comes from that. We're not opposed to any of that. We just don't want to see our nice quiet subdivision become the entrance to 300 plus homes, and then someone else in another portion of that subdivision get what we had. So, lastly, let me just kind of wind up here and say that it's my opinion, but I don't think that Mark Stout should get any more permits or any more recommendations or any more abilities to rezone the current property or permits on the existing property that he's currently developing until he finishes his construction road and shows you all that it is completed. At that point in time, let Mr. Stout do whatever he wants to do. We certainly don't care. But what the residents of Deerwood don't want is somebody coming in, taking what they had, giving it to somebody else when it was never necessary. This isn't necessary. This is a money issue. So we're replacing people's lifestyle and their comfort with somebody else's saving of a few dollars. We just don't think that's right. I hope this body will look at this and decide somehow to get Mr. Stout to stop using our road with the equipment that you see and finish the development on his own. Thank you all very much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Blackburn.
Thank you.
Mr. Etheridge? Thank you, sir.
I'm Tony Etheridge. I live at 1073 Deerwood Drive. I also have
What was that
property-
address?
1073 Deerwood Drive.
Okay, thank you.
I'm about 3/4 of a mile back to Deerwood from Bardstown Road. And I also own property back Etheridge Lane. My whole family owns the property back Etheridge Lane. So my main concerns are, as I mentioned, is the safety of the road. You know, I'm not against any development back there. I'm against all the traffic and the safety of our road. You know, it's too narrow. Also want to make clear that Etheridge Lane is 100% private road, and there's no connecting to Etheridge Lane from this property, without, the Etheridge Lane, any approvals or anything through there, but Etheridge Lane is 100% private road. And I haven't heard of any intent to hook to Etheridge Lane. I just want to make sure that's on record, that Etheridge Lane is not going to be connected from this, because I know zoning signs get placed on Etheridge Lane. My biggest concern then, again, is the access to Deerwood. Even more than this property, it's the 200 acres that was approved 3 years ago that's on the other side of this property. And this property just basically just being a connector road to get to those potentially 80 lots. So if you're looking at 40, 50 lots for this property plus 80 lots for that property, you've got 130 houses. That's going to be coming straight through Deerwood. There's a straight stretch right in front of my house. It's not narrow, it's very narrow, but there's a curve on each end of it. So I can already see, like, about a month ago, there was a fatality down at the Salt River Bridge, a motorcycle wreck, and everybody was coming back our road thinking it was an access road, and we saw a big taste of the traffic then. A lot of people were driving back there. They got to the end, realized it was a dead end, and then they were flying back out, about hitting the people coming in, trying to figure out how to get around the wreck. So that's my big thing, is just there needs to be a construction road. There needs to be another access. There is an access, there's the property and the rights to get into that property a different way. That's the way I think it should be, and keep the traffic off Deerwood.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Tony. Jim Hall?
I'll forfeit my time. My neighbors have done a eloquent job of stating their position.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Hall. Zoning ordinance 25Z-59, Jonathan Ray Richardson. Charlie?
Planning docket 2025Z59, owner is Jonathan Ray Richardson, seeking to rezone from Ag to R1, located at 3431 Ridge Road, parcel 064-000-00-021, located in an unincorporated area of the county, size is 16.85 acres more or less. The purpose is to adjust property lines and create one new lot. Comprehensive plan calls for agricultural or rural residential. Pursuant to provisions of KRS 100.211, Bullitt County Planning Commission held a public hearing on the application on December 11th, 2025. Based upon the testimony of the applicants and the proponents, the Bullitt County Planning Commission found that the map amendment is in agreement with the community's comprehensive plan. Based on the testimony received, the Bullitt County Planning Commission recommends the requested zoning change be approved, sends a favorable recommendation to Bullitt County Fiscal Court.
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 26-04. An ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from agricultural to R1 residential. The property in question is 16.85 acres more or less, located at 3431 Ridge Road, parcel number 064-000-00-021 in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change, and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission, in docket number 2025Z-59, is hereby changed from agricultural to R1 residential. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, and the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of January 2026, to be given second reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of January 2026.
Thank you, Tammy. Anyone here to speak for zoning ordinance 26-04? Jonathan Ray Richardson. Hearing or seeing none. Anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 26-04? Jonathan Ray Richardson. Thank you all. Number 5, memorandum of agreement for the Division of Waste Management regarding the leachate force main project. Christie's here, but what this is a reimbursement for us. It's our tap-on fee to the city of Shepherdsville, and they've agreed to reimburse us for the force main that's coming from the Collins Hill dump all the way to the city of Shepherdsville. And I'm going to put that in the form of a motion to,
I'll second.
I have a second by First District Magistrate Sanders. Any other discussion?
And it's $25,400.
Yes.
Is that, are they still working on that, or is that, they are?
Yeah.
Did they ever get the easement or whatever through the one property? We did?
Yeah.
So it's, what's the completion date on it?
Yeah.
I thought it was close, I didn't know if it was. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. Sam, call the roll.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Fleenel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Appointment of Courtney Burton to the Economic Development Authority, term to expire 3/31 of 2030. And Courtney's here. She's here. I don't know if y'all know Courtney. I'm going to put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second that motion.
I have a second by First District Magistrate Sanders.
She's still here?
Is it 2030 or 2028? They're all 30. Thank you. Just wanted to be sure for clarity. It said 2028 on the screen. Okay.
Oh, my paper.
Yeah, somebody did resign.
It's got
Yeah,
30,
got an email.
2030.
That's,
Well, Mark's term is up. Mark's out.
So
Okay.
it's not 2030?
Yeah, it's 2030.
Okay.
Yep.
I wanted to make
Okay.
sure.
So I'm going to put that in the form of a motion to appoint her to the Economic Development Authority, termed in 12/31/2030. Very seconded. Sam, call roll.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Fleenel.
yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, reappointment of Cheryl Day to the Water Advisory Board, term to expire 12/31 of 2028. I'm going to put that in the form of a motion as well. Got a second by Third District Magistrate Johnson. Sam, call the roll.
Johnson.
Yes.
Fleenel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. The vehicles for the detention center and solid waste. Brian and Christie, y'all want to explain some of that for me, please? It's okay.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Good.
As everybody knows, we partner with Christie on litter abatement. That's one of the more recognized programs that the detention center participates in. Currently, Deputy Mark Hart is a full-time deputy that is assigned litter abatement. He works very hard. He goes far beyond Call of Duty. But he's currently driving a Ford F-350 van. He's off-road a lot. We're starting to have transmission problems out of the van. It's not really designed to do everything that Mike does. So I'm sorry for the delay on the paperwork. I gave you all the paperwork in front of you when I came in. It got to me late yesterday evening, but I'm asking for approval for a purchase of a 2026 Ford F-250. It'd be strictly paid out of the commissary fund and transport of the inmates. It will cost the taxpayers $0. With that, it'll be able to do everything that we need to do. like haul heavy loads, trailers, plus go off-road because of suspension. It'll be four-wheel drive. First, when I originally talked to y'all, we talked about F-150. After exploring that idea, it's not going to be sufficient. We'll need an F-250 for that. The price difference between the two, the F-250 be $52,196, and the F-150 was $48,096. So it's a very small increase. Joe with Enterprises, who we're been dealing with, and great guy, and he's got me this paperwork worked up. So
Okay.
I'm just asking for approval of the 2026 Ford F-250, and it'll be paid in one lump sum, one check. It'll be totally paid off. It'll have a 4-year warranty on it. The only thing it will not cover is brakes and tires, pretty much. We will have strobe lights in it. I'm going to have to install the blue lights for it and get it marked up so it'll be identified what vehicle it is for the public.
Okay. Very good.
So,
Any other questions for Brian?
No, I'm just, I've been a big fan of the leasing, but this money's coming out of the commissary. You've got the money there. It's not an issue. I mean, when we look at the overall picture of the county, I don't want to really abandon personally the lease plan because I feel like it does a lot for us. But in this particular case, I think it's a different situation, and I'll put
that's exactly the point. I was asked about the leasing program. This is a whole different scenario.
Yeah, because we're two different entities and we have a different contract rate.
Well,
You can't really
to
get
me,
it
the
because you
biggest
just did a
thing is
few.
it's coming out of commissary. It's not going to be a budget line item. It's sort of separate than what the fleet program with the county is. That's what my vision is on it anyway, my interpretation, analyzing it.
Well, I'll put it in the form of a motion that we accept Jayla Whitaker's proposal with Enterprise Fleet Management to purchase an F-250 based upon the quote provided to us today.
I'll second.
I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know if she's going, when the check could be cut, or you need that in the motion.
Joe said he'd send me some paperwork. Kay deals with that a little bit more. I'm sure Joe's sort of dealing with you directly on this, the billing part of it anyway, so we'll just write a check for that. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, I do have a comment. I am in favor of purchasing. I'm a fan of purchasing over leasing, so I approve of this.
Okay. So I have a motion by Second District Magistrate Logston, a second by Third District Magistrate Johnson to approve the purchase of an F-250 by the jail. Sam, call roll.
Lehmel,
Yes?
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay.
Just out of transparency, I want to make sure everybody knows, we got about $207,000 in the commissary fund. Just want to update you all on that. So that's where the money's going to be coming from. So, and it's zero tax dollars. So, all right.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you all.
Hopefully in the near future, you can get a larger trailer for that truck.
Oh, we'll be working on that too. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you all.
And is there, and Christie, to help us here a little bit with the court, is there still a second part of this motion you need an F-250 as well to pull the trailers around instead of the F-150?
We do need an F-250. Right now, we have 26 trailers, and some of them, when full, weigh over a ton, and we're taking them to Meade County. Right now, we're using an F-150 to do that, and sometimes it takes 2 and 3 drivers, so we absolutely need an F-250. Our trailers have been completely full for the past 2 weeks, so we are nonstop driving right now because the recycling business is getting so good out in the county.
So to help me understand all this, Parks has a 250 they're willing to transfer to you,
I'll take it.
and then your 150 will go back to Parks. Is that correct?
Okay, yeah.
if that's fair enough.
Trade with park.
Because
Right
we-
now, the person driving the trailers, there's only one solid waste vehicle.
Right.
And so that solid waste vehicle is being used to transport trailers. So if I'm borrowing a code enforcement truck right now,
Right,
because when I go out and do inspections, I don't have a vehicle to drive. So
Right.
my department really needs 2 trucks at some point.
yeah, well,
I was gonna ask, but do you need both of them at 250s, or can
No,
one
one
be a
can be a
150?
150 and one can be a 250. The cardboard trailers weigh the most. The multi-sorts, they weigh about 1,000 pounds. The cardboard trailers, if they're completely full, can weigh over a ton.
okay.
The way you're going with that, someday you're gonna need 250s.
So are we just swapping vehicles, or are we leasing another vehicle?
We're swapping and going to lease a new one as well.
Oh.
New one's coming.
We're approving the lease of a new vehicle, but you're talking about, your curveball is in the meantime, until that vehicle comes in, take Parks' 250.
Right.
Move it over there and take your 150 and move it to Parks, is that correct?
Yep. Yeah.
So what year is Parks 250?
It's
just a couple years old.
right. It's a good vehicle. It's got low mileage. I can't remember what it is, Brian.
And that one's gonna stay with Christie.
Yes.
And Parks is gonna eventually turn in this 150 and get 250.
No,
Or they're gonna stick with the 150.
no, they're gonna get a 150. She's gonna keep her original 150. It's gonna go back to her.
I talked to the director of Parks yesterday and was asking her how this was all going about. And she told me that she did not need a 250. They only needed one 250 in the Parks division. And they already have that because that's what Bruce is driving.
Right, they have 2 250s.
And she said, we just need one 150.
Okay, I'm like really confused now, because, so, it was my understanding that you needed a 250, but then now there's a 250 that don't have very many miles on it coming
They're gonna-
over.
No.
Are you wanting 2 250s at
No.
one time?
No, no.
I need 2 vehicles ultimately. I need one for me to drive and one, there's a gentleman that works part-time that moves trailers.
Okay.
We need the truck during the same time during the day.
Presently, she has on one.
Yeah, I understand that, but my question is, if we're taking, for Rob and Peter to pay Paul, if we're taking a 250 from the Parks, and the Parks don't need a 250, and they're gonna have a 150, and you're gonna have a 250 with not very many miles on it, just a couple years old, why are we getting another 250? That's only my question.
No, we're not getting another
I
250.
thought we were getting ready to add one to
150.
the lease, another 250.
No,
It's a
no, it's a
150.
150.
Swap in-house, and then the 250 comes, new one comes in, and you still get the new one.
Okay, so we're adding a one F-150 to the lease, and then that truck is going where? Parks. Okay.
So today, a 150 needs to be approved, an additional F-150.
Yes.
Right.
Today.
Okay, I didn't
I was
see,
lost for a second.
I didn't see anything about 150 in my paperwork. I might have been overlooking, but it's like, there's a lease price in this paperwork and there's a purchase price. I didn't see nothing about a 150, so that's why I'm thrown off. I kept hearing you needed a 250, and I thought, well, why are we
She
getting a
does.
150?
She needs the 250.
She needs a 250, but she's taking the Parks, and so we're gonna lease
I'm gonna
those.
take Parks' 250,
Yeah,
and then they're gonna get my 150 until I
and
can
150
get
comes in.
And then when the 150 comes in, what's gonna happen to your 150? Are you gonna bring it back
I'm
over?
I'm gonna get my solid waste truck back, and they're gonna get the new 150.
Okay, makes perfect sense.
Okay. That's
Clear
my
as mud, it
understanding.
was clear as mud for about 2 minutes.
Okay,
Our
got it.
trailers have outgrown one vehicle.
right.
Okay.
And that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
So did I overlook, is there any numbers? I know we've got those in our,
I don't have no numbers.
okay.
We're just agreeing.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve the lease of adding an F-150 under the current terms of our enterprise fleet management agreement.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do, but it sounds right.
Oh,
Do
is
what?
that it?
Yep,
Okay.
We need to lease a new 150.
right,
Is that right? Gabe?
Right.
there you go.
That's correct.
Then everybody else can fight over it.
There you go.
John Rassett.
I'll second.
And I got a second by First District Magistrate Sanders. Sam, call roll.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Clemmel?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. New hires and promotion. We have a new hire for the parks. We've been down a person now for at least 6 months. Thomas Weishart, for the budgeted annual salary of $43,680. He's currently working on his bachelor's
Business.
of sports administration from the University of Louisville. And I'm going to put that in the form of a motion. If y'all have any questions about him, he's
I'll second that motion.
have a second by First District Magistrate. Yes, go ahead, Ken Ann. Start date would be,
7.
yeah, right, tomorrow.
Oh, I said that. I was looking at the wrong one.
No, we're
Okay,
fine.
right.
No, tomorrow is fine. We need him. Because,
And this replaces somebody that retired? Or?
yeah, it replaces Ed. And then also, the other gentleman's going to be out on medical leave pretty soon. So we will only have literally one employee for what I'm going to say maintenance of the areas.
Okay.
I did talk with, just to let y'all know, I did talk with the director with Parks and Recreation, and she gave me some really good information about the young man. I think he would be a good fit for her.
And he is working on sports administration.
He only has 1 more year left.
Yep. So, anyway, are you seconding that motion then, Vera?
Yes, I am.
And any other discussion? Sam, call roll, please.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Clemmel?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. In promotions, EMS wants to promote Julian Davis from an EMT at $19.50 an hour to an EMTA advanced at $21.50, the current rates for each.
I'll make the motion to promote Jillian Davis to EMT Advance at $21.50 an hour,
Yeah. I have-
starting
You just need a
January
second, right?
7th.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the second. Vera's the second.
Right.
Sam, call roll.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Clemmel?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
I didn't know he had made them.
How about we do something different? I'll start with Karen today.
With me, Lucia's resume.
Yeah.
So it's good to see a lot of the city of Hillview here today. The weather's nice. I don't really have much to report. I'm glad the holidays are over. Time to get back to reality, but they were really nice. Good
Okay.
times.
Good deal. Sean?
Y'all, glad everybody made it back the first of the year. Had a good crowd today. Thank y'all for being here and look forward to another exciting year here.
Okay. Brian?
So I have a bridge on Beach Grove Road, and I don't think it's been condemned, but I don't know if it's got a weight issue, but it's located very close to the intersection of Cundiff Hollow and Beach Grove Road. If you came out of Cundiff Hollow, which is a four-way there, took a right. And for some reason, I assume it's a weight issue. The school buses can't cross it, but probably illegally, but dump trucks and equipment, vehicles and stuff are crossing. But a lady called me that lives off of Beach Grove, and they have to take their kids anywhere from Pumpkin Road in Beach Grove all the way down to this intersection. So, and she said it's been like that for a year and a half, and it was just brought to my attention yesterday, so I'm going to reach out to the State Highway Department, but I'd also like to see, do you know anything about, has anybody reached out to you?
No.
Ms. Hobbs, Sharon Hobbs, I believe was her name.
No.
But, it's probably just the dump trucks are ignoring if it's a weight limit or something, but the school board or the transportation department, I think they got a letter on the weight. But a school bus wouldn't be near as much as a dump truck, but still, I'm sure it's a safety issue. That's kind of one thing I've got going on right now.
Okay, thank you, Brian. And we'll get the right folks there to look at that bridge as well. Vera?
Yes, I'd like to thank everyone for coming this morning and also give you a little report on the road department. I talked with the director yesterday, and he was sharing with me that he's got several crews out in different areas, trimming trees off the roads, doing some removal. So if you all drive up on them, just be cautious and pass them safely. They do a great job for our county. I appreciate that road department and all the other departments of our county. That's about it.
Okay, thank you, Vera. And I guess I'm bringing up the rear here. I would like to thank Mayor Dangerfield for being here today, and Mr. Etheridge for your involvement with Deerwood. Thank you for being a concerned citizen. Mayor Cabrero, thank you for being here. Brian, thanks for being here. Councilwoman Portman, thank you for your due diligence and your attendance at these meetings. Thank you for your concern. Mr. Shelby, thank you for being here. Can't say enough for City of Hillview being here. I can start right here. Yes, all the way around.
I appreciate it.
Jim, Mayor Edens, thank you. Kim, can't say enough about you in the years of, let's put it this way, working together, getting things done. And same with you, Randall. Thank all of y'all for being here today. And at this time, I want to wish everybody a very happy new year. 2026 is off to a flying start with our county. And support the state legislators that are up there. They're up there. They're all about infrastructure for us this year. It's a budget year. They're after roads. They're after, and for the north end of the county, state and federal dollars. We're after the federal dollars through KIPTA. We do have a $28 million ask sitting down in Atlanta right now. I have McConnell's people coming in tomorrow to make sure that they really understand where that grant is at. And your state representatives, especially Mr. Griffey and Ms. Callaway and Mr. Huff, they have a $8 million grant, $9 million grants, state grant for MSD sitting on the Speaker of the House's desk right now. So we're hoping to make sure that we keep our funding and get our funding through, but I need all of y'all to support them. And it's not about an ask of them, it's just about telling them that they're doing a good job and keep their spirits high, because budget years in Frankfort is tough. It's going to be tough for this whole state, and it's tough as we sit here as a fiscal court. We have to be real parsimonious on what we do spend in the coming fiscal years, or the rest of this fiscal year and the year to come. So that's the dad lecture for today. So Sam, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
It's 10:40. I make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion by 1st District Magistrate Sanders, a second by 4th District Magistrate Blamel to join the Bullitt County Fiscal Court meeting at 10:40 on January the 6th of 2026. Sam, call the roll, please.
Johnson?
Yes.
Blamel?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston? Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you all.
I want to talk to you
Sure.
if you have a chance after the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a short talk. Tom, Charlie. I need to get Tom.
just here to learn. I was at a while back. What meaning came to me. This was off of Bell's Mill on Bullitt Creek Road. Well, I'm glad you asked, because, and another question, I'll ask you this, because I didn't know where to address this. Sorry, bear with me. This is, here, there's a, okay. So, you are District 3, right? And I am C-108, so C is 3. And there is Hill Street and Robin Court. Those two streets there, so that's your area, right? So on the north side of Bell's Mill.
In my, we always try to figure out, because I always thought it was my district, which is, it's hers.
Yes. Yeah, you're going.
So you're right there on the line, because it's color coded.
I assume the map's correct. No one else goes on.
But actually, once we did that redistricting, we left letters and numbers the same. Some of that may or may not. You could have a C that's in instead of R. Is that the
And that's what I was gonna say, so I need to look at this and see if this is the change or the.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's changed.
The new one starts in January of next year.
Oh,
So you might be in one and getting switched, because it is
okay.
switching.
Okay. Now, one of that yellowish line there, that the legend says that it's city boundaries, I have no idea what that is about.
So I think they're actually in the same area.
Bill Creek. You're off Bell's Mill, if you go down to the bridge and turn left, before you get to the bridge, turn left.
Yeah, right after where the Maplehurst Golf Course was,
So
right?
Maplehurst is in the city of Harrisburg.
Hill Creek is still down.
They're still here, the mayor, he's here now.
But they do annex some, like way over here, way over there.
Is this here, part of Maplewood?
Sorry, what was your question?
If the yellow line over there is Maplehurst.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Let me see if I can get the mayor's attention to come up here. He's second on the.
Which one is it?
No, it's the deer.
Oh, okay.
How long have you lived here?
I'm embarrassed to say since 91. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're getting out and figuring it all out.
Yeah,
The
long
mayor-
overdue.
Yeah, the mayor's been, the mayor there since at least that, and not longer than that.
Bill said.
And I think you're,
Seen not.
and I was gonna say, so he's not running.
Yeah, I had heard that.
And then the two, the man and woman right here, they're on the Columbia City Council.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was on the Columbia City Council for 12 years.
I'm surprised by that, but, because there are lots on both sides of it, as well as the, I don't know what, yeah, there's not, the problem is that so if this is that building, there's a home here, and now there's a home here, and this is the pond, and there's almost nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, and it should just end right there.
In that little entry to get in there.
Yeah, if this is Bell's Mill here, then there's a little gravel, I guess, road, I don't pay much attention to it, I think it's gravel. But there's not much space between this, lot and the road. So, because I'm on an acre down the street here, probably a lot of the houses are on about an acre, and that doesn't seem like it's that big, but, and I would worry about runoff, because it's downhill slightly from this pond. So anyway, something to think about. He's deep in conversation there.
Dramatic, some kind of drama going on. I don't know if this any council members have noticed, but just the mayor might not.
Yeah.
If Karen was here, she would know. When I was with the city, our city clerk, her name was also Karen.
Okay.
So Karen, the city clerk, was running for mayor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now everybody thinks I'm running for mayor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's not me.
Right.
It's the other Karen.
Karen's spelled the same way.
But nobody really knows her because she's never been elected or out in the public because she's just the city clerk.
Yeah.
But she runs the city and knows it better probably than the mayor does.
And what's her last name?
It's Richards.
Richards, okay.
And she lives back there on Christmas,
Okay.
which is a all new big development going on back there, but they call it the city of Tony limits now as well.
Oh, okay.
Hey Kim, come here. I'm gonna see if you or Randall might know, because the mayor keeps on being busy. Next.
I'm sorry.
Charlie.
I'm Dave.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, Dave Shadowman lives over by Maplehurst, which is city limits, but it's the next street up.
So our question is this map that I found online accurate?
And are they in the city? Because it's got a yellow boundary around it. But
Yeah, I'm wondering what this yellow line tells me.
I know, he's busy. I keep on waiting for him, but he keeps on being busy.
Got a question about our limit, our city limit over by Crystal. You were Randall one.
Or Kim.
Oh, if I don't know,
It's,
I don't know what that yellow is.
it's next to Maplehurst.
Let me show you. This is that map, and the legend down here says that yellow line is city boundary, whatever that means. I noticed it also says 2017. I guess that's a year, but.
And that's after we read.
Now this is Bell's Mill, and then right off of Bell's Mill, next to the old golf course. I've gotten this already here. There it is. So, the question is my street still in her district? That's the street right there. Hill Creek.
Hill Creek, no, Hill Creek's not in this thing. That's in the county.
Okay.
It runs right up to this.
Boundary on it.
Yeah, what is that yellow
That's just a
line?
boundary. Well, that's a street there.
No, the black line is the street.
But that probably is the city of Hillview, but this right here, this right here. So I don't understand that rule. See, it comes up all the way around. Yeah, they're not, but this right here is the lot that used to be the, golf course. I don't know why they got that yellow line there.
Okay.
But no, it's not, you're in the county, and you should be.
And I don't vote in any of the city elections. I've been here since '91.
Yeah, you're not.
So.
I know a bunch of people that Mark Medford, no, Mark Medford was in there too, yeah.
But do you think the boundary
Are you the red district?
I should be the C.
C.
Yeah, if that's in there.
Vera has, unless they change it, Vera has.
Mayflower's, well, and that's what we were talking about, because I've always said that Mayflower's is mine, but she insists it's hers.
Well, that's what they had down. Now it's
No, they did change some of that too.
Well, but it
This is
will change,
Maplehurst
but
right here.
Yeah.
as far as I know, it's always been mine. I think everything on the left-hand
Yes,
side,
like
going
right
down
on that
that
line.
is mine, and everything on the
You're
right-hand
right,
side is
the
hers.
property on the left, the property backs up to the.
I don't care.
But this, like I said,
But we both just take care of whoever exactly. You know, I don't care whose district it is, I take care of.
Oh, yeah, and then look at this little funny thing here, what the heck is that?
And now mine, the
That little
district's gonna
rectangle
go all
right
the way
there,
out
what
to
the heck is that?
Washington, to Flat Lick,
It's probably
to
what kind of
Greenbrier.
figure, I don't know, I'm not even gonna say it to you, I'm not gonna know for sure.
Yeah.
You can go to Kentucky Secretary
And you
of
can't get
State's
those
website.
middle.
That map is.
So you gotta go to
Oh,
44
okay.
south of my district, like,
There's a lot of these.
it's all broken up now.
And it looks like our city goes over further than what it does, but it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Most of ours goes all the way over the railroad tracks on this one.
The other day, we were gonna do something that she got
Griffin Lane goes back, and it's in the city, just the road.
For just a minute, just give him some love and let him out.
But mostly everything on the,
Freaking hour and a half here, it took me an hour to
east
go
side
all
of the
and I
track,
wasn't there, I was sitting here trying to.
all the way down to, where Chuck America and all that.
I said, there's gonna be a
And all
lot
that land there, development there, that's on the city. You know, city.
from Mississippi on that track.
Brandon keeps on sending me all of these ways to fix it, it's so funny. Because at first he said, why don't you build an underground subway? Okay, well, there you go. Okay, we'll get right on that, Brandon.
But your opinion is, there's no doubt, I'm in her.
That's the way I look at it right now, but just to confirm that, I would call Frankfurt.
Like at a ski resort.
Yes, it was
A
because
cable car.
You might be able to go over
he
here.
didn't have to talk out here. So he was trying to figure out how to get people to hear that. Here, I guess that he made his job. He was
The lady that you fill out all the paperwork, she'll
all
tell you what
papers
this
and
is.
papers and papers where he would just
For sure.
draw and draw.
I just come from over there, so that
So
should
he's
be.
calling to tell your guy if he could get his mental under
Well,
control.
And so,
But see, the other thing is, I know I'm C-108 for, you know, your boat centers, the polling
I was
locations.
gonna say, that's nothing I'm familiar with, but I think it should be an option. We ought to be able to do that here. Or he sent me, yeah, he sent me this one that's like a bridge that keeps on moving, and
See, that's
you keep
65.
driving over it and it moves, and you keep, I don't know, Brandon, I mean, he's all kind of, because, you know, his
Yes,
facility is out there, and he has to deal with it every day and every night.
Everything you see in
Well,
Bullitt.
he's lived in New York City and all of the subways, he likes the subways and all that kind of ways to get around, you know. Well, he sends it to me all the time, he sent me 3 different options of underground and overground, but I'll have to mention the cable cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Can we just do cable cars?
Just get your lost.
Well, see,
We go down here.
Well, no, I think you would do like a parking car kind of thing, you can park your car here and then get on the cable car.
Yeah, to
And
take
then
away
we go down and pick
Yeah.
up 300 acres.
all the tape.
If you're not taking
That's
your
what-
kids to school, then you would need to go
Well,
on.
that's another thing.
Yeah, exactly, right. Well,
He goes to.
a few yards, John's
She
just
lives
a
out
little
Washington,
bit,
but he
but
goes to just
the
get.
important thing is it's on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
Or the non-bridge.
No, Billy Mays.
She's like,
The name sounds familiar, but
Well, now with Bell's Marshall, you gotta go all the way up to 44 and back around.
and then that's the whole thing. She didn't mind. Now she's like,
He used to live back there, all the way back to the end on the left.
Billy worked with Valley.
this would be.
Mark
I'm afraid I'm
Memphis, all the way
gonna
to the
go to jail
cul-de-sac
for
to the
that.
right.
Like somebody.
I know until here about a year or so
In
ago.
front of, Bullitt Central,
And then,
where she comes through, right at 7 o'clock.
then
You know, off of Castle Rock,
I think there could
there's
be, it would,
Pecan Drive, I think
That's
it's
where you go
they
back
just
to.
keep it moving. So I don't
right,
mind
but it's labeled as a private road, private drive, or whatever. But legally, what does that mean? Does it mean I'm trespassing if I drive down there, ride my bike down there?
I mean, they're not gonna rob you, but the family that owns
I'm
that.
dead serious about it because it's the school board's fault.
Oh, okay.
And the next time.
What is it?
Exactly.
They live back there.
That's not acceptable. They need to fix their own problem, and people need to quit thinking, we're gonna take care of it, because we aren't, yeah, where's that tax money going? Where's that tax money going? Well, this tax money that you're not paying out in your salary needs to hire that one person.
On the private drive, they maintain their own, really it's on their property.
So they come to us and want us to find the road,
I think they can,
because it's a bad
if
one.
somebody, if it's posted.
You need to go talk to your school board,
Yeah.
because they make a
But
lot of money.
obviously, yeah.
And it's their problem. It's their reason that it's all like
This
this.
is,
You need to talk
this
to
is,
them. So
I
I was
just
saying
looked at
this
it,
with
it's
me
kind of
because
interesting, that's Castle Rock.
that was just,
Black line going this way.
Yeah,
That's Pecan.
so not
And then
even a
that
month
yellow
ago.
line,
And they had
it's, they're on opposite sides of that yellow line, Castle Rock and Pecan, whatever that means. I don't know if it's
I'm so
significant.
glad that I'm
We
not
got
a
some of them marks on
parent
our.
having to try to figure that out.
They're on Castle Rock and.
That's not fair.
Yes.
I mean, and like, they,
Oh, yeah,
school
that's
wants to say,
obvious.
well,
Options.
buses aren't made for
Yeah.
this, we just all.
We go all the way, we go all the way to
Have a
the
bus
restaurant.
take
And the way I understand about Maryville, they're saying that you're not allowed to walk
You're not allowed to walk.
to school.
I was showing them about where.
And that was a couple of years ago. Have you ever heard of that? Like the kids that live in there, they're not allowed to walk.
That's weird how we.
I was in the crosswalk out there, same thing,
But
you
they
know.
still deal with this on
But
donated.
you remember that, beginning of the year, one of the local teachers,
We don't buy all.
she was out there, and then all this stuff.
But they already.
I worked for 10 years. She
Try to do business.
was out there, she had a flashing thing, and they had those light up, I mean, they could keep them rolling.
Is she okay?
I think she was.
So this is a question I think I needed to ask on Berkeley. The two new stop signs with the.
There, I know some said they're right on the.
If it's 11 o'clock at night, you're driving down the
I was
street,
just
you're
wondering
supposed to stop at a stop sign.
I don't.
We had run into each other before.
Has anybody ever asked you that? Are you supposed to stop if there's somebody there?
I'm sorry, things like that, I can't remember, but.
I did Ralph for 32 years, I worked for RC Solar for 15 years.
Is there
I mean, I guess you probably should, because there is a stop sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you know, tell
We're
me
going to,
there's
we're
another.
going to bottom.
Ah,
I don't, I was stopped when I was at Parker. Nobody's standing there.
I mean, usually it would say between school hours, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it didn't say that.
Because you know, lights are flashing.
And I'm like, I don't know, I never stop, I just go around. And I just don't know if that was the intention. Are you
Hey, used to, they had the little
Right,
bottle,
he,
got them, she,
you know, false
if I were seeing, man, I don't drink, I love, I drink.
Those cans, their cans, they got one of the fastest cans. Can't read them later. And they fill those cans up and then.
Are you under the planning and zoning thing?
well, I just read just in the last couple of weeks about RC, that they were the first to do a lot of the stuff that everybody, oh, Pepsi, everybody does now, in
No, you don't.
I don't, yeah, I may have been able once, I think, but it ain't like the old guy who used to call here a couple months, to go eat.
There's one old Winsett boy.
People that say,
Winset's,
Secretary of State map, it agrees, I'm in your district. It's gonna change, but for now, Hill Creek and Robin Court still in there.
And it's.
And they're not in Hill, not in Hill View, but in your district. Well, thank you for, letting me pick your brain, appreciate it, nice meeting you. Nice meeting you all, thanks a lot, appreciate it.
Keep my number handy. Holler if you need me. His name is.
Hey, Doug,
I'll see you that thing.
I'm gonna leave outside.
Yeah, it's the same kid asking for his phone.
I was gonna introduce myself to you because I was gonna be on planning and zoning, but I couldn't do that. KPPA, let me do that.
So the reason I was asking about the Rogers Group, if y'all can help me figure out who it is, you know, the church at the end of Lakeview and the LNN?
Oh, yeah.
Me and I got into it one night. It was pretty good.
Don't be fighting with the preacher. Well, it turns out all the wooded lands behind him and around him is owned by the Rogers Group. And he's contacted just by letter, a Tennessee address, you know, hey, I wanna buy a couple acres, and he's not here to buy. He just wants a couple of acres.
Matter of fact, we got leased. The city leased it.
So the city leases it to do what?
Good.
Oh, but
I thought that was,
It's all in their property.
I thought that was down at the brick
It's all,
house.
it goes in behind,
she's talking about behind,
The church.
huh?
behind the church. She's talking about across the street from Ellen. Right?
And that church.
Oh, the church, but I thought we had
thought it
the
was on
property at the
January.
brickyards.
No,
No.
it's at that other end, yeah.
Okay, you got the church right there at the end of Lakeview and 1020. That corner. Rogers Group runs all in behind there.
Yeah, it's 170 acres.
Yeah, we got that leased.
Okay, so what about
But
down by the
then-
brickyards?
So-
The brickyard's down to the
The
water.
brickyard's on down.
And we bought that
No,
property.
You don't have that.
we got a piece of it in the city.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's
We
We
don't
bought
own it.
the generator.
by a digester. But I thought we bought that property.
No, all we did is took it in the city back there, but you gotta go into it through County Line Road over on Barrett.
Well,
It's
darn,
over on the other side of the mountain.
blows that idea.
Yeah.
Why would they want about 2 acres, they don't even have that many people even close to
He
them.
said they need another building, they want to add on to the church, they need more parking, they need a playground. He just needs another acre or two, you know, around there. And he was-
Now, they might,
They
as
might,
far as I know, we got at least.
We don't list the whole thing.
You got at least on the whole property, you gotta you gotta have insurance and stuff on it. We're not just leasing part of it, that's where we take a lot of stuff and dump stuff too. We take a lot of that stuff over and dump.
I
Make
still
it a
fly.
bigger deal.
But I swear I doubt that. So.
Well,
My-
I mean, I think they would be nice and, yeah.
That guy's a bus driver. The preacher, he's a bus driver too.
That's okay.
I think they ought to talk to him and just give him a little bit, you know, just around his property, let him add on, you know, acre to do whatever he's wanting to do. So that's why I was wanting to know.
Well, maybe.
If y'all figure out who the Rogers Group is, let me know. Yes, I'm supposed to let him.
All right, guys, I'm heading back to the north end.
We're gonna head
Sunshine.
back.
Well, I was gonna come down to y'all's
Cows moving.
meeting, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it or
I know, we're
not.
not even doing it, I mean, they're just having it in our building, in the building.
Yeah.
It's planning its own.
Yeah, I talked to,
What's going on?
Charlie about it, and he explained to me that it will eventually have to come to us to approve it all.
Absolutely.
They're just putting everything together.
Yeah.
And
I did it before I was on the council, when I was on that committee. It was horrible. Tom Devan, he drug out every single word,
I can
he
understand
made it
that.
so much bigger than what it needed to be.
Uh-huh, yeah.
But I learned a lot from him during that time.
Well, that's what I kind of should go to learn. I don't know. I'm hungry.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See y'all later.
Where you wanna go?
Did you still want to go to? Just what you sent me. Someone just told me something that's.
I didn't hear you.
I said, I was just told something that's quite interesting.
That is funny.
Not that I really care. I mean, I'm not gonna let that make a difference in what I do. You want me to go around?
I was gonna say, do you want me to get in